It's Sunday with your Pratt Pack, and we'll start this fun day talking about our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. And the draft came to an end yesterday. More big linemen from the Big Ten, but also a quarterback. And I want to focus on that for just a moment. Young man from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, ends up eventually at Ohio State, national championship MVP. The Buckeyes win it all. And he simply waits. And then finally, in the sixth round, Will Howard, 6'4" 3/4", 236 pounds, a mountain of a young man, 23 years of age, gets the phone call from Mike Tomlin. You know, this was a really wild weekend, especially when it comes to quarterbacks. And Shedeur Sanders finally ends up going to the Cleveland Browns, and I do wish that young man nothing but the best. And if he turns out to be as good as many thought he was going into the draft, we're better be hoping that Will Howard can get some things done for the Steelers. Think about it. You not only have Shedeur Sanders and a lot of upside with Cleveland, you've got Lamar Jackson with Baltimore, still a very young man, and Joe Burrows, a young man with Cincinnati. But you know, something tells me that Will Howard will give the Steelers, probably not this year, but in, the future, an opportunity to compete for the AFC North and maybe even compete for some Lombardi trophies. Because every time that this young man has been counted out, he simply gets up off the canvas and he always ends up a winner. You know, he's been quoted many times as saying his whole life now has been one thing since he never got offered a scholarship from some of those football teams right here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, that it was always about proving them wrong. And he went on to do that on the collegiate level with Ohio State. And he has got that same attitude of gratitude being selected by the Steelers, but also having an opportunity to compete against some of the teams that passed him up. He is someone that I'm really looking forward to watching play quarterback. A great football IQ, may not have the strongest arm, but he is got pinpoint accuracy, and more importantly, he's got the physical size, the durability that you need to play for multiple seasons in the National Football League. They'll make comparisons of another big fella that came out of a school in Ohio that went on to star for our Steelers, meaning Big Ben. But for now, it's Will Howard's opportunity to become the signal caller of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I will tell you one thing. I'm very interested, and I'm buying in to Will Howard, the young man from Downingtown, Pennsylvania.